All right. I decided to share one of my stories. Um, I've had a few experiences with ghosts and seeing animals that supposedly don't exist in certain areas, and I've seen a lot of strange things in my life. But one of the biggest experiences I had was it was 1980. I was a freshman in high school, and it was like I think it was like the first week of high school. Um, I stayed after school and got a ride home with a friend and his sister, and that was in Thomaston, Maine, the high school. To get home, we went up Route 131. So there isn't a cloud in the sky. It's perfectly clear out. We go down Route 1, turn up Route 131 on Montpelier Hill, and we all kind of see something in the sky over the concrete plant, the cement plant. Uh, and it was a UFO. There was no question about what it was. We all knew what it was. We were like, wow, blown away, you know? So we drove. She drove normally. I was in the back seat. And as we drove, actually, when I first saw it, it made a little, like, unstable maneuver. But then it straightened out when it was over the concrete plant. And as we drove, it got closer and closer and closer to us. I don't know. I don't know how many miles we drove. I guess we drove probably 3 miles until it was real close. It was probably, I'd say, 2 football fields away. Maybe, maybe 200 feet off the ground. Made no sound. Oh, well, let me tell you why I made no sound. So she decides to pull over. We pull over. We all get out of the car, walk around the car to the trunk of the car, the back bumper, and we're watching it. And that's when it came even closer. Maybe a football field and a half away, probably 100 feet off the ground at this point. And it's just sitting there, hovering, making no sound. It was silver. It had windows in it. And we stood there probably 5 minutes just staring, and the thing never moved, just sat there hovering like it was watching us. What's also odd is that time of day, there should have been a lot of traffic on the road. Never saw a single car. I can only imagine maybe that's because other people saw it too and stopped. I don't really know how to explain that part. But anyway, we were pretty freaked out. And at that point, I was scared blind, but I was also like thinking in my head, I thought to myself, this is crazy, but it would be even crazier if I saw a creature. The second I thought that, a little head came up in the window, stayed there for a second, and dropped back down. It's like it read my thoughts. People will probably think I'm crazy because I'm going to post this. I don't care. But I'm totally not crazy. And that really happened. Anyway, we got back in the car, and it was still hovering there watching us. And she started to drive away. And I didn't really dare look at this point, because after seeing a head come up in the window, I was like freaked. I looked back, and it was gone after we drove away. The head was just a roundish head shape. I didn't see any features. I didn't really see a color because it seemed to be kind of dark inside the vehicle, but the head shape was darker. But it scared the ever-living snots out of me. And that's just a fact. I've seen a lot of lights in the sky since then, and I've had other experiences before that, but that was just crazy. That was one of my biggest experiences ever of paranormal or whatever. There you go. That's it. That's my story.